Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to episode, I think this is episode 14, if I'm not mistaken. How's everybody doing tonight? And I want to thank all my regular guests that usually is here, and I want to thank all my new ones also that are tuning in with me every Wednesday night. Today we have a really good topic that I think that we're going to be talking about today. But I'll let everybody introduce themselves. So we'll start with you at the top.
Hey, you know who I am, Jasmine. How y'all doing? Instagram is Face to Glow. I'm a pamper lady in skincare and body care. You guys can always hit me up for appointments.
And you, ma'am, at the bottom.
What's happening? I'm full of sweat, but it's Coach Nita. Y'all say hey to these people. Y'all say hey. Hey. I'm Coach Nita. Hey.
Hey,
Hey. Say hey.
Hey.
Hey. You see them, Rose? You see him, Rose? Hey.
Hi, you guys.
All right, baby. I'll bring y'all on a Monday. Y'all have a blessed good night.
So we'll get right into the hot topics, and everybody knows me. I'm Rose. This is my podcast, Talk to Rose.
that's your face. That's you. You still got that voice on, huh?
You know I be nervous when I first start. I don't know why I be so nervous when I first start. I really don't understand what be wrong with me. Okay, so first we're going to get into the hot topics. We always got some stuff to talk about. So our first hot topic that we are going to talk about today. First, before I get into that, I need everybody that's watching. Could y'all please go and press the like button? I keep forgetting to say that, and I think if I don't say that y'all forget too. So everybody that's watching, I need you to go in there and press like. If you haven't subscribed and share. Tell your friends and all your neighbors and everybody.
Neighbors.
Your church friends, everybody. Your little cuddy buddies, your side pieces, everybody. And hi, China. Well, she said hi. Okay, so we're gonna get into
What's up, cuz? What's up, Chai?
These hot topics. So the first hot topic I'm gonna talk about tonight, since it just happened today, was Carlee Russell. So y'all know that she went to court today. So let me just play it for you guys, okay?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you for those 49 hours, Carlee? Where were you for those 49 hours? Do you have anything to say?
Can you hear it?
They wasn't really saying nothing. I just want to try to see what she looked like.
Girl, bye. I thought my phone was dying.
I want to try to see what she looked like walking. So she was found guilty on 2 charges of a kidnapping hoax, and the state recommends 1 year jail time and nearly 800. I cannot effing read tonight. And 1 year jail time and nearly $18,000 in restitution. So my question to you guys is: do you guys feel that her getting 1 year is sufficient for what she done, or do you think that's too harsh? For me,
what she do? I'm run that story to me.
Remember, she lied. She lied and
about
said
what?
It was a little baby on the side of the freeway. Basically, they mad because they used all the taxpayers' money to go looking for something that was fake.
I was gonna say, why is she getting jail time?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said, do y'all feel like that 1 year was too much or not? I feel like 1 year was too much. They have pedophiles and all kind of stuff. People that do stuff to people that get home monitors. What is it? When you stay at home. Shit.
What is it? House arrest?
Like house arrest.
House arrest. Yeah, I feel like she should have got house arrest or something like that. Now the $18,000, I do feel like she had to pay back because you was playing a game. You was playing a whole game. I just think that you didn't think it was gonna go that far, but you did do too much. But a year, I think that that's too much. She could have got house arrest. What do you guys feel about that? Do you think that a year is too much, or what?
No, I agree
I
with that.
just go ahead. I feel
No, go
like
ahead,
it's
Anita.
cool because she could have done the house arrest, but because they had to utilize resources to go and look for
Mm-hmm.
her, that's taxpayers' dollars, that's time, and they had to make an example out of her. It's unfortunate that she was the example, but I just feel like that there was a little extreme. But I feel like if there was anything under that, that it would just be a slap on the wrist, and then we'll have somebody else doing it. So they had to use her as an example. That's just what I feel.
And JB, what do you think?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with both of y'all. Matter of fact, I stupid is stupid does. I'm so lost that
Yeah,
Kiki that
so
we're looking for.
yeah,
Like,
it was just, I think that was a bit too much. But hi, everybody, precious, everybody. So we'll go to the next one. So everybody is in agreement with this. Now, this next hot topic, I'm gonna show you your discretion advised. It may trigger a little people. It might make a little people mad. I'll just let you guys see it.
you should have started this after the 10 minutes.
Hey, are these windows bulletproof? Shots fired.
Okay, you guys. So let's get into that. So basically, that's a Connecticut authority say the woman who fired multiple rounds inside a Bristol Police Department lobby is facing several charges. What do y'all think about that? Because let me go first. Because y'all know if that was one of us, if we would have just came in there with a gun, it would have been lights out. For her to be able to fire multiple rounds and then just get tased. Like
you're also looking at the fact that we are still shocked that she's white and we're black and we would be dead. That's our fault. I don't think that we should be shocked anymore. Like, oh my God, they didn't kill her. That should be a collective for us not to do what they've done. That's another like primary example. Do not follow what these people did. But we already know that they weren't going to kill her. That we already knew that they weren't going to use full force. So the thing about it is how do we control our emotions without getting frustrated? Like, why they didn't do it like they would do us? It's like, oh, that's what they do. But I just feel like she should be in a psych ward for one.
Yeah, I think that she went there for a suicide mission. I think she wanted to
well,
die.
I don't know why she thought it was a suicide mission. We all know that was going to be a suicide mission.
Well, they should hire her for Israel because apparently she locked and loaded and ready to go. So she should be on the front line.
Pew, 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 pew. Like, whoa.
Yes, mental health is so bad right now. Thank God no one was hurt, including her. Yeah, because she fired at the, fireproof glass. It wasn't gonna go through anyway. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure she went there because she wanted to die. Because it said that I seen it earlier when it said she went there because her life was going down, spiraling down or something. So I'm pretty sure she wanted to die, but just didn't have the guts to probably kill herself. But she wanted to die. But it didn't go her way. So.
But we also are in a society where we live in a very lawless world right now, to where, like, we didn't even jaywalk leaving Barfield. You see what I'm saying? We were scared to cross over where the Scary Mansion was, to cross without using the crosswalk. So imagine leaving that little bit of fear to now you got the balls enough, Rashawn, to go into a police department. That means that we live in a very lawless world where people don't even have fear anymore. It's like, I'm going to end my life, but I'm going to take Officer Johnny with me. Like, but you could have offed yourself in the bathroom and call it a day.
Right.
But I just feel like we just
You ain't supposed to
we
laugh
just
at that.
leave right. But I think we just pacify things so much now, and it's like, oh, mental health. No, bitch, you didn't get your behind beat when you was little, and nobody told you. You ain't supposed to go into no police department with no weapon. But I also think too, that says a lot, because what if she was the mission was possible and she would have actually succeeded? That means
Yep.
that something needs to change where you could just walk into a police department with a whole
Yeah,
pistol.
with a whole right. Like that's
Mhm.
wow. Okay,
Right.
so my next one, they really getting on my nerves, but I just said I'll talk about it. Jada Pinkett. She's just really getting on my nerves.
Oh,
Like,
God.
okay. But I'm like,
Wow.
I want to get y'all perspective on this.
Mhm.
So basically, Jada Pinkett Smith reveals Chris Rock once asked her out on a date amid of rumors that she was getting divorced from Will Smith. My thing is, what do we need to know that for? So, and then basically, she said that her and Will Smith haven't been living with each other. They've been living separately since 2016 and all that. Why do you? It's like she keep on trying to embarrass him more and more. Why do we need to know that?
Let me tell you something. No, I don't understand this Jada hate train. Like it's just wild to
I
me.
just don't understand why we need to know.
I wanna know. Just because Will not talking, don't mean he ain't doing stuff
Oh no, that
to
don't mean
her.
that at
You
all.
don't know
But
what
she's
he's
talking.
done to her in the years they've been together. He's Will Smith for sure. He has girls and women. I'm pretty sure he's cheated on her. She just got caught cheating. So now she the bad guy. And every time she opened her mouth, oh, well, you putting him through this and that and all this kind of stuff. He not tripping. What y'all tripping for? And y'all
But
paid her
he
extra.
didn't. But she didn't. But the thing is, she didn't cheat on him. They said they have an open marriage.
So
So
what is
if
the
you have
hate
an
train
open
for Jada
marriage,
Pinkett about? That I don't understand. Everybody got they. I think they just got to like
no,
they just
everybody.
tripping on
I
her.
think the thing is, if you have stuff going on in your marriage and you got open marriages and all that, what do you need to tell everybody for? You can keep that to yourself. None of us would have never knew none of that stuff was going on between them if Jada Pinkett didn't say nothing. We thought that they was couple goals until she started opening her mouth. Nobody didn't have to say nothing. They could have been going through everything.
No, they
Nobody
got
would have
busted
said
out when
nothing.
August told that they was messing around.
And
So
she
now
still,
their life got busted out.
but
Before,
she still didn't. But she still didn't have to say nothing. How many? Look how much stuff going with Beyonce and Jay-Z, and when he cheated on her, did Beyonce ever say anything? Nope. You don't have to say nothing. Oh, it's just left for us to assume.
Yeah,
You don't really have to
I
say.
definitely agree with a Jay-Z and Beyonce type of relationship. Like they don't care what you say. You can make up
Yeah,
every
you
rumor
don't
you
have
want.
to like. You don't owe us. You don't owe us anything. You don't owe us anything. You don't have to tell us anything about your relationship. That's what I'm saying. Jada Pinkett puts it out there. Will Smith ain't saying nothing. If it wasn't for Jada Pinkett Smith, we would not have known anything. That's my thing. Like, why do you have to keep saying that? Why do you keep on bringing up even with her and Tupac? Like that was the love of her life and all that. Like that's just crazy to me that she does those kind of things. Like keep that to yourself. If you're
I
married.
also think too we're in such a clickbait society.
Right.
Yeah.
At any moment, somebody could say the cat in the hat, and you're like, "Oh, I love cats," and so all of a sudden you click on it, and it might not even be them that's putting the business out there. They got PRs, they got all these other people. But I also think too, if I can point my finger at Jada, and I forget that there's 3 more coming back to check myself, then it means that I'm focusing on the wrong thing. And then my priorities are misconstrued. And so for me, I need to focus on what's going on in my household, but I also need to realize that across the board, marriages are struggling. Relationships are struggling. It's not uncommon, ladies, to not have a thorn in your side with your helpmate, with your partner. But no one's really talking about it because we're so busy talking about Jada that we forget that our own backyards are dirty. So I just feel that crazy. I just feel like we're so focused on them and they're getting money based off of how many times we talked about and clicked on this. Like, let me talk about me and my bragging yesterday so I can get some clickbait money too. But I think they got us right where they want us because we're very vulnerable right now to love. We're very vulnerable to relationships. So we're looking for a Jay-Z. We're looking for a power couple, but when them lights go off, Rose, we don't know what the hell goes on.
Exactly. And then I'm thinking like, come on, Will Smith is the man. Be real. He probably put her through hell and high water for years. And now that it's out, and now he's like a super victim. Let's be real. If he was a Will Smith ain't no.
I don't think that he's. I
He
don't
ain't no
think that
punk. He ain't scared to leave a woman. He ain't scared. He don't need a woman to live off of.
No.
It's something going on in the house that we don't know about. And if he still ain't, he won't talk bad about her. He won't say nothing about her.
That's
Everybody need to
good.
get on that bandwagon of what he not doing.
right.
That's it, Miss Jasmine.
Well, that's what it's just. I don't like. I'd rather people keep their relationships to themselves. Like I said, they don't owe us anything. They don't owe us anything. They don't got to tell us nothing. So why do it? And it's like y'all said, clickbait. Like Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, y'all not hurting for no money. So why?
Oh no.
Okay, so that's enough of our hot topics.
Good job. I like those.
Well, that was pretty good.
Okay, so now we're going to get into well, you know what? I have one last hot topic.
Is
It ain't
anybody
really a hot
coming?
topic. It's just what I went through today, and it goes into our main topic. So I'll go talking about healthcare insurance.
You
I
just
feel
want to
like
talk
it's
about
some
that right
BS
now.
right now. You know,
I like this, Jasmine.
This goes right into to mental health, where we're talking about. Like, I just feel like health insurance nowadays in the United States is some BS. This was what I've been going through today, but I've literally been going through this for about a month or so. So I feel, why is it so hard for you to get resources when you need them? Now, I've told people before that my son is autistic. So he's been having behavior problems in school and everything. So the teacher told me that he would do good with ABA therapy. That's been like almost 2 months ago.
Right.
Ever since then, they said, I've literally took him to the doctor 2 days later, told the doctor what was going on, told the doctor his behavior is out of control, like to where I need to be smoking cigarettes or something, and I don't even smoke cigarettes.
Come through tweet.
I need to be smoking some weed, and I don't even smoke weed. I need to drink multiple drinks, strong drinks, straight, every single day.
I like how you broke out everything down. I like your breakdown.
Yeah, like this is how I feel, because his behavior is like through the roof every single day. So I can imagine how the teachers feel if he act the way he acts with me. I can only imagine how he acts at school. So my thing is, I went to the doctor, told the doctor, I was even willing to give him a small dose of medication, and I was really against that. But I was just like, something has to give. Like, I don't want him to be zombied out, but I need him to calm down and focus. Like, I can't let him, it's just like he has so much energy and stuff inside of him, he can't get it out. He don't know what to do, and then I don't know what to do either. Yeah. So
let me tell you,
I talked to the doctor, told the doctor, could she at least give him a small dose of medication? She told me no, he's too young. I said, okay, well, the teacher told me about ABA therapy. Can I have a referral for that? And she was like, well, you have to go through regional center. Okay, that's what I did. I called regional center the very next day. I tried to get his service coordinator. They didn't call me back for almost 2 weeks. Then the one that called me back told me that she wasn't his service coordinator no more. She was just calling me back just to let me know that. But she'll give me the number to the new service coordinator for him. I'll call her. She didn't call me back for like 5 days. When she called me back, she was like, oh, well, you got to go through your insurance for that. Your doctor needs to give him a referral. I said, I went to the doctor first. I literally went to the doctor first, and she told me I had to go to the regional center. So I don't know who I'm supposed to go through. I'll call back to the doctor's office. They tell me, oh, well, you need a referral. Like, I'm not understanding why don't none of y'all know what to do at this point. So then I have to leave a message with the referral service. They take about 5 days to call me back. They called me back and was like, oh, you need to call the insurance. And I said, can y'all just please answer me this question? Why doesn't anybody know what to do? Why do I get the runaround for almost a month? Because none of y'all is not on the same accord. So then I called the number on the back of the insurance card. The lady got an attitude because I'm asking her questions. I'm damn near got to cuss her out. She hang up in my face. So
hey, one thing you hang up in your face.
I got to call back again. and I talked to an older lady, and she really helped me out. She gave me the numbers that I needed to call, but told me I still had to wait for somebody to call me first, and that would take up to 48 hours. So y'all can understand how I feel. Like, it's just ridiculous that you have to go through that to get help. And it's like I was telling Jasmine earlier, like, I literally understand how moms be snapping and going off on their kids. Not saying I would ever do that to my son or nothing, because I never will. I'll leave him with somebody in my family before I do that. But I literally can understand how they feel, because it's like you're trying to use your resources in everything so you can do things right, and it's like they're sending you in circles to make you have a mental breakdown. So that's what I went through today. So this is a very good topic. So if anybody out there knows anything about autistic resources that could help me out, please put it in the comments. You can email me anything at rashondaw@gmail.com. You can put it in these comments. I don't even care, like, because I really need help, because I know it's a whole resource world out there for autistic kids, but I don't know where to even start, because they're giving me the runaround. So that's my mental health crisis today. And after this, I'll be really taking me a Benadryl to go to sleep with a Benadryl in a drink, in a cocktail.
And I'm over here clapping for you, like, great job, great
Yeah,
job.
like I would take a Benadryl
I'm laughing
to go to sleep and really listen to my lightning and thundering in my ears. Like,
Listen, Rashonda, when you know my baby, now I really wish everybody that I knew was on this here right now, because they will be in the comments like, when Jaden was born, nobody okay, my friends, nobody, I couldn't stay nowhere, I couldn't be nowhere, they did not want Jaden. Jaden was bad. When I say rough and tough with his Afro puffs, and he was running amok, he could not sit down. It just, oh Lord, I ain't never seen so much energy in somebody. Like, if I had melatonin back then he would have been a melatonin baby. Okay, he would have been.
But that don't even. But the thing is, Jasmine, that don't even work for everybody, because melatonin don't work for me.
Well, no, it didn't work. Well, we didn't have it back then with Jaden. You know, he's 21 now. But I did. I put Jaden on. I put him on, but a medication. I think it was like Ritalin or
yeah.
Back then. It was something back then, like long time ago. And it made him a really bad zombie. So I had to decide if I wanted to be a little zombie baby, because I don't have the patience for this shit right now, or do I, am I just gonna deal with my baby? And I took him off. And let me tell you, it was a challenge, but it's because, and I'm not being funny, I'm being serious, because I know we're older now, so our patience is real.
That's it.
Our patience are short as fuck. Like, I'm not playing. Like, Jaden come here and ask me something, I'll be like, yeah, something, and he'll come back, and I'll be like, what the fuck do you want? Like, what do you want to talk about? Like, but before, when I was younger, I'd be like, come talk to me, baby, come talk all day, but now we're older, we're kind of like, our patience, we just ain't got no patience. Now we understand how our grandmothers and everybody used to be tripping and snapping and tripping, like, oh, she mean, your grandma mean. No, she not. We just older people get tired, and you got a young, youthful, active baby.
Yeah.
So you don't need to put him on no medication. He might be probably when he get older, if he like wows out, but you gonna have to get with the program, baby.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use the resources, get him therapy and all that stuff. So I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to do everything I can. They saying that is resources out there, but they all giving me the runaround. So I don't know what to do. I literally
it's like
don't know
when you have like you said Blue Cross. I think Blue Cross is trash. I think IEHP is better for mental health services, or services for kids with disorders and stuff. I think they're better at equipping, because you can call. You don't have to call. You call them and ask them you want a referral. They ask you who you looking for, and they'll get the referral done. Blue Cross, then you through all kind of weird, like, it's crazy. The strenuous, like you said, it's strenuous. But I don't understand. I'm lost, because if it comes from your pediatrician should referral to mental health services or services for.
No. It's like, I just don't understand. But like Alondra said, she said they do that because no one wants to pay. Then they're short workers so much, where one person is doing 3 jobs. It's insane. And I can understand that too, because I'm in nursing, and it's basically like that all across the board. But it's just frustrated. Like it's so frustrating. It's
Because they have
very
these things,
frustrating.
Ro. They have these things called evidence-based practices, right? Or evidence-based modalities. And what that's supposed to do is base the evidence off of Black young boys 5 and under, giving them the resources that are going to be conducive to that culture. So what you're looking at mental health as a spectrum. But what the fine lines is sometimes, and I'm not trying to play the racial card, everybody. Sometimes you have to go where the language is spoken. So when you are doing therapy with him, look for opportunities where you guys can do conjoint therapy, where you guys can do family therapy. So the way you guys are speaking the same language, because what they're inputting into him, you're not in the session. And so it leaves you guys speaking 2 different languages. But the other thing that I would empower you to do is to document your journey. Do not be afraid, everybody, to utilize the numbers on the back to make a complaint. You're not trying to turn into a Karen. You're not trying to start any drama. You're just trying to get the resources that are perfect for your kid. But do not skip out on IEPs, because those are the tools, Ro, that will carry him all the way up into his collegiate year. And so if you get that and you want to cover emotions, behaviors, and academia, so you want to cover all 3 of those. So you have to figure out which school district you guys are going to stay in and utilize the school district. Even though he's in a private sector educationally right now, they're still under the jurisdiction of either Pomona School District, hypothetically saying, but you want to do that, but you also want to journal and document his behavior. But you also want to rule out. So if that's not working, rule out and go get a second opinion. But I would not let the thumb down on this, because
I'm not, and I'm tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna report that lady. I just needed to calm down. Well, I did cuss her out a little bit, but still, it's only because she had an attitude with me first. If she would have been being nice to me, I would have never had no reason for her to act like that. So
now
now
imagine being in the room where 2 adults are going at it, but the missing link is your kid.
Exactly. And I'm telling her that's all I'm trying to do. I talked to her nice and everything at first, and she was the one snappy. Like Alondra said, they overwork. But ma'am, this is still your job. You can't get an attitude with me because I'm asking you a question. Okay, so this gets us into our main topic. And before I start, I need everybody that's watching right now, please click the like button. I need y'all to click the like button. Okay.
I like that. I like that little I said what I said.
Click the like button. Okay, so our main topic that we're going to be talking about tonight is mental health. So that's why I said mine went right into that. Juanita works. Well, I'll let you explain what you do, Juanita. So, because girl, I'll be saying all kind of stuff. So you can explain to them what you do as far as mental health wise.
What's today? It's 8:30. I just about to clean the toilet in a minute. I'm Coach Nita. I've created a boxing club. I'm also a therapist. I've created a boxing club that really focuses on anxiety, depression, suicide, PTSD, but primarily for Black and Brown youth within the community, and using exercise, especially intensive exercise, to combat those symptomologies, but also giving an outlet for improving communication. I work with adolescents who have autism, PTSD. I have rape survivors. I have, you name it, I have it in my organization. And my way of doing this role, and you guys, was really changing the way that Black women and Brown people look at mental wellness and self-care. So I'm doing boxing. We can kick you behind, we can lay hands on you, or we can lay hands on you. Either way, you can get that work. So that's what I do.
Okay, that's what needed. Okay, let me read some of the comments.
Okay.
Asia said they do it because the health industry doesn't give a F about our brown babies. We have to push and know our rights. Having connect,
That's true. I'm listening.
Having connects help. I'm frustrated too, twin. I'll try to help you. Thank Asia. She said, yes, Nita. She said, absolutely, because resources stop at 8. For some insurances without regional center, reach out to Gina. I did hear that. And that regional center therapy actually stops at 3. So when he first was on it, he was getting, Amir was getting OT, infant training and speech therapy. But soon as he turned 3, it stops. So then you have to go through your insurance. But this is the problem I'm having now because they want you to go through your insurance. Alondra say, agree, Nita. I'm dealing with something similar. My grandma, who has rapidly advanced dementia, and I can't get the proper diagnosis for her. Meanwhile, I'm going crazy being a CNA. Yep, that's true. Alexis, damn. So yeah, and that's the same thing with my mom too.
Yes.
We're trying to get the diagnosis for her to get in-home care support. It's like everything. That's why I said it's real raggedy right now. Like everything like that is real raggedy. So now I'm gonna get into Juanita and then Jasmine. Do you want to talk about any of your mental health issues right now, or do you want me to wait to the questions?
Yeah, we'll wait to get into it, like, because this is deep.
Okay, so my first question is to Juanita. Why is mental health so important to you?
I honestly, Ro, I think what it should be important to somebody because somebody has to bring and convey the message back to the family. And growing up, we've been taught mental health has always been here. We've just been taught to go talk to Big Mama, go talk to the pastor, go and join this club at your school. But for me, I needed to look into the fact of me personally. Where do I get this anger from? Where do I get this frustration from? Why am I so high strung? And so for me, I wanted to see, can I boost my education as a Black woman coming from the projects? Y'all know where I come from, right? So for me, it's, can I break the stigmatisms that Black women can't come from the CVs and make it? Yes, that was personal. The other thing is too, is for situations like this, because you need somebody that speaks the language. So if I had a health concern, I would have to go to Ro and be like, Ro, this hurts when I do this. And then you can give me the language to take back to my provider. So it's kind of like the plug, right? And I also wanted to get into it to figure out more so about me, but not sharing my story, Ro, where people feel sorry for me or sob stories or woe is me. And I never wanted, no shade to anybody, right? But I never wanted to just become the preacher lady who got everything to say. No, I want to back it up with research and education. And so for me, I think it was personal to break stigmatisms that there's not Black therapists, there's not Black queer therapists, but more importantly, that there's not resources in our everyday communities. And I wanted to be the plug for us.
Okay, that's good. That's real good. And we need, like you said, more people of our own color to be out there where they understand what we're going through. So the first one we're going to talk about is PTSD. And I don't know if all you guys know what PTSD is, but it's an anxiety disorder that some people get after seeing or living through a dangerous event. When so basically, I'll explain what it is. A lot of people go through PTSD, and some people get over it. Some people don't. I can say for me, I have PTSD. A lot of y'all know I got shot when I was younger. Well, like 19, 20, I can't remember, whatever. But I never got therapy for that because just think that's like 20 years ago. We really didn't go to therapy or nothing. And my mom would always tell me, like, Rashonda, you need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. And I'm like, well, what could somebody tell me with me laying on the couch? What can they do to make me not feel this way inside? So I never went. But now I wish I would have went because I still have it. So like last night, they blowing up balloons and stuff. Popping them. Amir popping the balloons on purpose. And literally he was just popping them. Like I was jumping and jumping, my heart beating fast, where I felt like I was about to start crying. And I was like, I gotta go upstairs. Like I gotta go upstairs because I literally can't deal with it. And you would think me, that being 20 something years ago, that I wouldn't feel no way about that, but I do. Balloons, fireworks, I hate 4th of July, anything that makes loud popping sounds, my heart, it feels like I'm about to have a heart attack or something. So that's why I said some people, the PTSD goes away after a while, some people it don't. But I honestly think if I probably would have got therapy years ago, that I would be better now. And so
we call that arousal. That's called arousal.
Yeah, and
And
like a
sometimes we
trigger
hear,
too.
yeah, we
Hmm.
hear arousal, we think sexuality, we think sensuality, but arousal are like flashbacks. It comes and it comes, but I just want to encourage people that PTSD does not just dissipate. It's a constant passenger on your ride. It's just up to us when we're going to compartmentalize it and put it up and tell PTSD. But I do want to point out before you move on that PTSD, ladies and gentlemen, does not kick in into the 4th week after the traumatic event. So because yours has been 20 years, you are now diagnosed as PTSD. So you guys, if a traumatic event happened right now and you start to have the same symptomologies that you have with PTSD, it is called acute stress disorder,
Hmm.
ASD. ASD and PTSD are two totally different things. The only thing that separates it is the duration and the timeline. So it's important to put language to it, but it's also important, Ro, to understand that PTSD symptomologies, they can fluctuate. It doesn't go, okay, you'll have flashbacks today and then arousal tomorrow. Sometimes they can coincide at the same time and it'll make your body go into an overload. And I think you did the right thing by walking away. Did you feel like your heart was racing? Did you feel like you were trembling?
Yeah,
Did you
I
feel
was
like you're
just
about
my
to,
heart was racing at first, and I was just like, okay, like I know it's a
yeah.
balloon. I know it's a balloon. And then, but when they just kept popping them, I was like, I know it's a balloon, but I literally can't take it. Like my heart was beating fast, and literally, I'm
Right.
telling you, I was about to start crying, and I was like, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
go upstairs. I was like,
Yeah.
because literally, I'm about to spaz out because
Mm-hmm.
it's just too much. I can't. I still can't deal with it. Jasmine, do you have any PTSD disorders?
Yeah, I am diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety
Mm-hmm.
disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you deal with that? What if you don't mind what caused it?
Can you hear me?
We
Mm-hmm.
can hear you.
Okay, my phone. Somebody calling my phone. Um, PTSD, anxiety, depression, and I'm manic. I have everybody, not everybody. You know my backstory. My husband committed suicide. My mom died 3 weeks later,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't a like she was sick or anything like that. It was a birthday party on the 1st, July 1st, and she died July 7th. It was nothing to, you know or feel, or she was going through something. Nothing. It just had to happen randomly. Um,
Respect. Mm-hmm.
I think people are scared to deal with. Okay, let me start with, if you really have a good mother. Now, I had a
Mm-hmm.
mother. I'm not one of the
Mm-hmm.
people be like, ooh, we had it hard. We was eating syrup sandwich. No, the fuck we wasn't.
Don't come for
We
us, Jasmine. Don't come for us.
I'm sorry, I wasn't. I need no syrup sandwich. We had meals every day. Thanksgiving was cracking, Christmas was good. I had a great mother, and when you lose a parent,
Yes. Take your time.
when you lose a parent who were there in Jaden. I had Jaden. Jaden was really, it was hard for me with Jaden. She was always a great grandmother, a great mother to all of us. She took care of my sister's kids, her children. She took care of my uncle's children. Anybody who wanted to come live with us from the streets to anywhere can come stay at Diane's house.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And when, how I was told is, we had buying my mom a gift. Or I think we was getting her car, me and my nephew, and we supposed to come out there. And I called, calling, and she wouldn't answer. And she didn't like that. She don't. If I don't answer the
Mm-hmm.
phone, she'll call my niece. I mean, my sister. And my sister don't answer, she'll call my niece. If my niece don't answer, she'll not call. It's just a circle. She don't call everybody. And then leave a message on your phone and talk like you on the phone talking to her on the answer machine. So
Mm-hmm.
she ain't called nobody in like a day or two. And I'm like calling my sister, like, you talk to my mama? No. So I call my grandmother, lived across from my mom. So I called my grandmother, asked my grandmother's worker she can go over and tell my mom to pick up the phone. And how she called back, it was just crazy. She called back and was like, "Hey, Jasmine." I was like, "Hey." I was like, "Where my mom at?" She's like, "Your mom is dead." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm thinking in my head that she's saying that she's dying. So I'm like, "Call the fucking ambulance, call the ambulance." And I hung up the phone and I called Keita, and I called my sister. And I said, "Crystal, they said mama dying." And then she was like, "Get up, get down there, just be okay. I'm coming, da da. Is this extra?" She was dead. And 3 weeks before that, my husband, he committed suicide.
Mhm.
And I think from there, the PTS probably kicked in with everything, but people are scared to talk about having it now. Back then, in
Yeah.
2014, 2013, nobody want to say you have anxiety, you tripping. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to say. And then when you do talk about it, some people, think you're exaggerating. Oh, she, something's happened, but you just tried to get it out your mind and et cetera, et cetera. I wonder when I tell people, hey, I feel like I can't go outside today because I feel like I'm gonna die. Or I think I just seen this. I think I can be sitting in my room and I can see somebody shooting just through the window because you be on social media, you see so much stupid shit that I play it in my mind. I literally play it out, and it's sick. It's sick. It's sad. But I tell people, I want you guys to know that when everybody be like, it's just a mind thing, you got to fight it. Do you not think that we try? I wonder if
Exactly.
people think that we wake up in the morning and want to be sad as fuck for no reason. Nothing's going on. I want to know if you think that I want to be scared as fuck to walk out the house. I want to know if you think that I feel so afraid or scared and I'm so sad inside for no reason and I can't and it won't stop. And then your heart gets to racing. And then I got heart problems now. So now I'm scared I'm going to have a heart attack. Everything is just so much. And then you try to finally find therapy and you got to find the right fit. And then now they're
Yes.
so overwhelmed in fucking people looking for therapy. It's people looking, a person for a month, 2 months out.
Yep.
Bitch, I am fucking dying inside today. Like, what is, it's hard. So I wanted to do this mental health thing because I'm really want people to let people know that it's okay to be fucked up. I don't even fake it anymore. I can't. I am fucked up. I may be, everybody know I'm cool, I'm fun, I'm all that shit, but I am mentally broken. My heart is broken, my mind is broken. And I'm still trying to learn how to be to deal with it. And I still haven't. It's been what, my mommy been dead almost they've been dead about 5 years, 5, 6 years now. And it still feel like today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So anxiety is something, oh, depression is strong. PTSD is strong. Being manic, where I'll wild out, just wild out.
Yeah.
Don't even know why. Me and my son had a strain for a while, and I felt bad inside because you know what I'm saying, like he had to deal with it, and it's me, I'm messed up, and I don't want to deal with my own anxiety or anything because I am too afraid to say something. But now, oh, y'all know I don't even give a fuck. I'm like 40 in my 42s now, and I am like, I have it. This is what it is. I'm looking for help. I'm still looking for help to this day. I'm not well at all. I'm not good. I am not well. But
Well,
Thank you.
don't
you have to
stop,
go on.
Jasmine. But have you? Because we never said, have you tried any therapy?
I tried a couple people, but you got to find somebody that's for you. If they not for
Yeah.
you, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. And then the ones that's probably
Mm-hmm.
for you is probably booked up for.
No, what you said is true because
Mhm.
when I everybody goes through stuff, and I remember I called because I was like, I just need to talk to somebody, and it was like, well, we don't have any clinician openings for 3 months, and I'm like, well, what if I was saying that I wanted to do something to myself? Then you would go to the ER, and I'm like, are y'all serious?
Exactly. And that's why you just give up and you be like, forget it, I'll just deal with it. I take my
Yeah, it's
medicine
like
and I go on. But it gets worse. It makes it worse. And then it's years of built up, fear, pain, heartbreak, being anxious, being mad, everything. It's just built up because when they tell you go here, go to the ER for 28 hours, I'm telling you I'm broken right now. Right fucking now I'm broken. And I need help. I'm asking you. And you're telling me I gotta wait a month or 2 months or weeks for a referral. I'm like, you
Yeah,
like, oh fuck it.
unless you're trying to do something to yourself, that's the only way they take you in right away. But it's like, that's what I'm saying.
What I hear across the board? I hear anxiety. So I hear, for one, respect to your journey, Miss Jasmine. It's never easy losing a partner, let alone losing a parent.
True.
I think everyone's experience with a parent, good, bad, or indifferent, whether they were there for you or not, taking an L is an L. And it doesn't, I think sometimes we try to put levels on losses. Well, my mama was this, and my mama was that. It doesn't matter if she was on drugs, sex, and rock and roll, that was still your mom. The other thing that I could hear the undertones of what you're saying is, it's called, remember the old fashioned term, hypochondriac? There's a new terminology, everybody. It's called illness anxiety disorder, right? And so that just makes us high strong because we're dealing with a lot. Ms. Jasmine, one of the things that I would empower you to do is to write. And I know sometimes people think that journaling is very same sex, very gay, very sensitive. But if you can honor the journey with your writing, I think an entry per month or per week or per day, or even if you just audio do it, I think that will be beneficial. And then
Jasmine, remember I told you that?
Yeah, and then build an area that you pay homage to your partner, that you pay homage to your mom. The other thing that I want us to remember, especially as a Black culture, is that death brings the worst out of us. I can't speak for other cultures, but it brings the worst out of us. The one thing that I want to empower anybody that's taken a loss, if you can't get a clinician, go get you some iron. Go find another iron that's going to keep you sharp and accountable. And sometimes when you go through grief, the circle of the people that you connect and do business or friends with, it has to shift, because now you're in a place where you're broken and they don't speak that language. So it's like, turn down for what? Your mama's in a better place. And that's still my mom.
That's your opinion. I can't, let me tell you something.
That's the
Whenever,
worst
if
thing for
anybody's
people to
parent
say.
died, the worst thing you can tell
You
them
could
is
say, is
it
they're in a
gets
better
better,
place.
or they're in a better place, or it gets better. It doesn't get better. It gets manageable.
Yeah, and
That's
this
what
is
it gets.
why, you guys, I created, because I could easily pack the place out with couches and talk all day long. But there's so much power in exercise, you guys. Even if you're not boxing, it's just the dopamine and the serotonin. Those neurotransmitters are there for a reason, to empower us. You're always going to grieve, Miss Jasmine, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, bro. It's just, your grieving is a part of the human nature. And I think sometimes we shelf it and we go, oh my God, grief. I don't want to cry. Oh my God. But it's your body's way of releasing those toxins. And so I think sometimes if you can find a place or a person where you could feel vulnerable with, that vulnerability is healing. And so when you tap into like segments like this, I pray to God that you go back and watch this and you look at it, and then you gauge that 4 weeks or 5 weeks from now, and you go, Jasmine, you did a good job. Jasmine, you got up today. Or Jasmine, you pay homage to your mom, or whatever it was. But we cannot rush the grief cycle. Yep. And with the grief cycle, it's depression, anxiety, anger, bargaining, reasoning. Those symptoms, they mix up. So one day you might be angry, bro. One day you might want to bargain, like, man, I would trade places with my mama and my partner in a heartbeat. Or there might be days like, F my partner, how the hell you leave me here? You see what I'm saying? So you go through these multifaceted and a plethora of different emotions. So I think it's important to hone in on what you feel right now, and then find somebody that you can feel safe with. And if you can find that person you feel safe with, you start to do the things. So when you get to therapy, it's not a shock. It's not a shock if they say start journaling. It's not a shock if they tell you to go for a walk. Now it's the norm because you're speaking the language. But then even in therapy, you still have to deal with it. Okay, so now you got an appointment, bro. Okay, now what? What if she starts talking about things that are not directly connected to today, and she's bringing up the fact that maybe, Miss Jasmine, something happened at 5 or 6, which is now connecting you to your mom. You see what I'm saying? So we have to be ready to deal with emotions as a whole. But I wish you well. I know you got it.
Let me read some of the comments. It just said, can't heal from something that we don't nurture and cure. Realizing then too every day is towards healing. Alondra said, most Black people don't realize they have mental disorders because it's been such a norm for us. Plus, we be in such a survival mode type of living. And
that's real.
All Jasmine, period. It's okay. Alondra, I applaud you, Jasmine, for being so real and honest. That's very brave. So John said, Cindy, you love Jasmine. Asia said, death is horrible. I'm not okay because of it. I had a whole breakdown at work today. Been crying all damn day. She also said you have to be ready for therapy also.
No, that is true.
You have to, but I've told Jasmine that before, to journal. I've even done that to our journal, and then, but I have to get into it when sometimes it does help, but then me, you know me, I want to sit on somebody's couch and let's just talk away to where they be like, girl, go on and go somewhere. But that's what I want to do, is sit on somebody's couch. And now. But
even if you sit on their couch, you still got, I'm not a time watcher, But this is me. You still got 50 minutes with me.
But I still feel like I still want to talk to them.
And the two boundaries are healing. So if I set the boundary and I say, okay, Jasmine, meet me at my gym at 4 o'clock at this time, that's my way of saying I got you. But if you show up at 4:30 or whatever,
Right,
you're showing me how serious you are about your health. And I think sometimes we misconstrue mental health and physical health, and we go, oh, it's not the same. It really is. If you don't process this, Miss Jasmine, it's going to affect your kidneys. It's going to affect your liver. It's going to affect your heart. And you just said that. And so everything in the body operates the same.
Yeah.
The body cannot operate without the eyelashes. I know as insurmountable as these lashes are, they might seem lame, but my body needs my lashes to keep going. So for you, if you're going to do it, be ready for the whole big picture of the healing, because they're probably not going to come in session 1 and say, tell me about your husband. What day did that happen? They're going to say, tell me about when you had your son. And you're like, what the fuck I got to do with anything? Because there's a connectivity. There's a connection. But do not be afraid to talk about it. And then also too, Ro, there's days where being in silence is healing. Because somebody wants you just to keep telling your story.
I've been saying that lately. I'll be feeling like turning my phone off. Like I want to put my phone just on do not disturb, but I know my mom
every day
calling me and everybody else, so I can't. But I really do be feeling like lady, that's how I've been feeling. Like I just don't really want to talk to nobody.
You gotta disconnect.
But I know it's like I know that I really can't. But let me get into some of the symptoms of PTSD. So like Juanita said, is vivid flashbacks, intrusive thoughts, nightmares, intense distress. So these are all things, Jasmine, that you said that you've had. Physical sensations such as pain, sweating, nausea, and trembling. So those are symptoms of PTSD. Like it says does PTSD goes away? And they said for most people it does go away within a few weeks or a month, but some people it may last for many years if it goes untreated. So for me, that's mine. It's going on for years because I've never got it treated.
And that's like complex and compound, because you'll have think about the snowball ladies. Snowballs are created how? One little drop, two, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, you got this. And so if you don't deal with, Ro got shot at 1920, but Ro has also seen other traumatic events. So all of these are now enmeshed together. Enmeshment is so vital to pay attention to. So Miss Jasmine, no shade to you, but what if something happened in high school and then that triggered this and then that triggered that and that triggered that, and now we're left with survivor's remorse. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So
no, a lot of people go through that survivor's remorse when they feel like it's their fault, or if it wasn't for this, that the other person would be there. It's just that's a lot. So Juanita, do you know how PTSD is detected?
It has to come from communication, because your clinician is not going to know what your traumatic experience is. The most important part that I would encourage you guys is have your timelines down. And just realize, Coach Nita said PTSD does not kick in until the 4th week. So if it hasn't been 4 weeks since the traumatic event that you have witnessed, not somebody telling you, oh girl, I heard Jasmine's mama, I heard about her partner. I can't vicariously experience your trauma. So it has to come from communication and somebody saying, hey, I was shot at 20. And then we get over the shocking factor, right? And then we go, okay, tell me more. Okay, bro, when did this happen? So your body, it's like a Coke can. If I'm shaking a soda can and all of a sudden I offer Rashonda some and she doesn't want it, so I shake it again and I give it to Jasmine, what's going to happen when Jasmine opens up that can? It's going to explode. So I think it's the more you communicate about the stressor that's happening right now, the easier it is to convey what's happening. The unfortunate part is when we get emotional or traumatic constipation, because so much has happened and we don't know what to release out first. So now you're dealing with being shot. Now you're dealing with a mirror. You're dealing with all of these multifaceted things. The other thing is being honest. Is being very forthcoming and being honest that this situation happened, Miss Jasmine. It happened. Your partner took their life. And I believe sometimes we pacify around it because we don't want to strike Miss Jasmine up again. But if you guys know, it's no longer suicide. they committed suicide. You know what it is, Miss Jasmine? It's death by suicide. It's so straightforward now, y'all. It's
Yeah,
death
they
by
do say
suicide.
that.
It's in your face, and it's making you have to deal with it. So the most important part is the honesty, that the fact that this traumatic event actually happened.
Okay, and so I also read that PTSD is different in children than it is in adults. Because the kids, they'll be going through something and we won't even know until they get older. Like a lot of times they deal with it all the way different. They may do some little patterns of things different, but the way that they handle it is all the way different from an adult. What are you guys' perspective on mental health growing up versus now? I will say with me, I felt like it wasn't talked about then, and now it's just out there everywhere. That's my take on it. What are you guys' take on that?
On what? Say it again.
What is your perspective on mental health growing up in versus now?
Oh, well.
I think it's always been there. It's just, there was no social media.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it was, we wasn't in the back of the TV guide, like, ooh, let me see what's going on in the world. But I believe we all had some type of mental disorder. It's just all that we knew at Barfield was the handicapped kids. That's it.
Girl,
You know that's the
Girl,
truth.
you
If
going
you didn't have a
down.
helmet, if you didn't have on a helmet and getting on the bus, or your grandmama didn't have a handicap placard, you were kind of overlooked. But I tell people they don't make a handicap placard really to point out mental health disorders. And I think now it's just we as a society have gotten to the point of integrity, of emotional integrity, that something's not right with my kid, and then accepting the fact that something's not right with my kid. Because we gonna tell our kid, girl, get over it. You still going to school. You see what I'm saying? Or you still yada yada yada. So I think there was a shift in our culture, because it kept saying, girl, you too, you too, you too. There's always been autistic kids. Look at some of the kids, the people we grew up with.
Yeah, and we just didn't know about it. All we knew about was Down syndrome, and it was probably plenty of people with that. Okay, let me read some more of the comments. Exactly, Nita. Therapy is deep. Got to be open to the process and not try to control it. So said 100. Praying for all of us. We saw and experienced way too much young that made us strong, and nothing was treated. We really need therapy. That's what I'm saying. I think all of us need it. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys. You have something to say, Jasmine?
I just want to say this. Everybody say we need to get therapy. When you're going through mental health issues, we say it. I say it every day. I'd be like, tomorrow I'm getting my ass up. I'm about to go do this, X, Y, and Z. Tomorrow come, it ain't happening. And it's like, you beat yourself up about it and all that kind of stuff. But I think that we have built ourselves into just dealing with shit that, getting help is it's hard. It's hard to get help, and then it's hard to find help, and then it's like you still got a life. I mean, rent still due, life still doing, kids, women, children, husbands, wives. Life is life, and you can't just stop and be like, I can't do this no more, and because it's not real. You're gonna be homeless and wanting.
But I also think we can mask. I want everybody to remember the term masking.
I definitely
we can mask so well, because right now, if we had to work tomorrow and our stomach was hurting, girl, we gonna call it. Elizabeth, I ain't gonna be able to come in because my stomach, I got cramps and whoop-de-whoop. Girl, use my what's it called? PTO. Use my PTO. But they don't really have that. That's why they just created a mental health day, a self-care day, putting linguistics and putting language to really what this is. But again, I think it takes us to be honest. Not that I'm looking for Ro to call me like, girl, I'm knee bitten, body bound. I ain't gonna be able to get up tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also looking for Rashonda to be honest and say, hey, cuz he's been on one. I'm overwhelmed.
And I've been telling y'all that, like,
yes. But guess what? How many times have we had culturally the strong Black woman syndrome, to where our big mamas and our mamas couldn't go to nobody? You know why? Because like Miss Jasmine said, the rent is due, this is due. We don't have time to actually process. So I believe if we get to the point to where I'm not feeling good, it's going to have to come from Nita to say, Nita, you're not feeling good, and I need to take a time out, or I need to remove myself And I think it's going to be a challenge because you got to go to work, Jasmine. You got to do these things. But if you're not well emotionally, then there's nothing you can do. So I think it's just going to take us just being honest, bro, and then changing the fact that there is no strong Black woman. We've just been taught that.
And you know what, Juanita, I really agree with that because, okay, and you know, because we run our own business. Now, I don't have no PTO. Like, ain't nobody, I don't got no pay.
No, that's why I was saying PTO.
Yeah, I don't have, ain't nobody, if I don't work, we ain't getting paid. So if I wanted to take some remote, but I'm really glad, okay, my business was created. I really think that my mental health created my business. I'm not only a person who takes care of your skin, heals your skin, and make you look all good and lovely, but it's also, for me, like I'm rubbing and scrubbing and detoxing your skin and doing all that therapy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
your love language.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing my job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not stressed. And then I got a whole vibe going here. So I'm listening to the good music. I'm not stressed. I'm not thinking about anything that when you leave here, you see JB the Pamper Lady, hey, I'm smiling and Kiki. And when you close that door, all the thoughts flood back in, all the anxiety.
But here's the challenge I got for you, Miss Jasmine. You're a healer, baby. If you put your hands on me, I'm expecting something to change.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So I'm going to challenge you before you lay hands on anybody else. Check yourself to make sure when you lay hands and you're healing these people, because you're in the healing business, your soul has to be, even if you're not going to deal with it right now, put it on the shelf. But do not try to pretend like it's not happening, because whatever energies are in you is now going to go on your client. And so both of y'all in there is broken. So I'm going to challenge you as a professional is to deal with it, whatever it is, because you're going to do your business and the people that you service a disservice, because you're going in there being very you're not being authentic. You're not grounded, and you're just doing a task. You might as well be a greeter at Walmart because you're robotic. You don't want that to happen. So take a moment to self-care, reassess, and then go back out healing. That's just my word of encouragement to you.
Let me read some of the comments, and then Madeline Madam said, I love the push of normality, everyone sharing the need to help. Two things can exist. We are blessed and happy, but we also have pain. It's not just me, it's the shift we get now. I love that about media. Alondra said it's more acceptable and knowledgeable now. When I was younger, I thought of mental health as negative, like that a person who talks to themselves.
That's true, though. Bro.
That is true, Alondra. That's very true. Asia said, you're so right, Jasmine. Survival mode is real. Alondra said, warning, no one tells you therapy opens up a lot of issues. The one you stuff in the back of your closet. It's been a stumbling block for me. She also said, I don't know if I'm ready for the responsibility of dealing with all that. She said, Asia said, people don't know how to use their PTO for mental health. That's sick too. So she's basically saying you sick too. We don't get taken seriously as if we can take everything. And that's true. You need to tell us how we can use PTO for mental health. But Asia said, let's talk. She said for you, Jasmine, let's talk later. Another thing, because it's been over an hour, I don't be liking to go too far over an hour because I know people's attention span be bad. But I wanted to talk about habits you could do to take care of your mental health, like to help you reset. I read this one book, and I hate that I can never remember that man's name. What's TD Jake's daughter's husband name?
Husband. I know what you're talking about. Yes, him.
You know who I'm talking about, Jasmine?
Yes.
About Sarah's husband?
Yeah, Sarah's husband.
I don't know. Everybody know you talking about though.
Well, everybody know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Sarah.
Everybody knows Sarah.
He wrote a book on resetting, and I really enjoyed that book. He was saying, like every 6 weeks, since he's a pastor and over church and over a lot of people, he said every 6 weeks he takes time to himself, even if it's just for a weekend, 3 days, 4 days, to reset. And he said everybody needs to reset. Everybody, even if you have kids and you can get somebody to watch them, and even if it's a day, you may not have nobody, you could go for 3 days or a week to reset. But even if you did it for one day, everybody, every couple of months, really, like he said, every 6 weeks, you need to take time Yeah, Tori Roberts. Am I saying
Tori
it right?
Roberts.
Tori
Yeah, you
Roberts.
are.
Yeah, that is. You need to take time to reset it. He said he literally turns his phone off and everything, and he takes time to himself. He was like, because when he gets overwhelmed, that goes into his workflow, and it could go off into the other people. And then if he's feeling away, it's gonna go into his work. So he was
That's
saying,
it.
so every 6 weeks he takes time to reset. So I tried to start doing that. We did it one time last year, me and my two best friends. We said we took a reset weekend, but we got to do it more often. And when we did that, we really felt a lot better. So I'm gonna have to do that. Like I'm telling y'all, I need to use my own words. I'm gonna have to take time to reset, but I would encourage you guys to take time to reset too. Like I said, even if it's just for a day and you take time to reset, you don't got to use a lot of money. You can just go to a hotel and stay in a hotel all day. But if you just can go off the grid, turn your phone off, and just take time to yourself to reset, you could be better for other people. And I think that's what all of us need to do now, because a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff. Look how high everything is. You gotta work. You gotta do this. Like you said, it's like we don't have time to think about our mental health because we know we gotta work and everything. But you still need to take time to reset, because you can put that onto other people. Like me, I know when I get really frustrated, I take it out on the mirror, and it's like I be like, and everybody.
So we call that projection.
Yeah, and even if I'm at work with the patients and stuff, anything they say to me, and it could be something regular, I'm looking at them sideways, like what? But it's all because of me, and I need to reset. So I would encourage everybody else to just take time to reset. Jasmine, you can do that. Take time to reset.
Like, my reset, like I was saying, what Renita's saying about my business is my reset. I thoroughly get a break from my mind and everything when I'm doing my job. Like I feel good. I'm not anxious. I'm feeling great. I am therapy. I think helping other people makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't, it's when it gets quiet. So my energy is great, okay, in my business. Let me be real clear about that. But it's when it gets quiet is when everything gets to running in your head and your mind, and it runs wild, and you can't kind of control it, and you gotta take a pill or something. But I'm a work in progress, and I'm open. I always listen to everything, and I'm just not. I came on here tonight because I wanted people to know, like, you don't have to be. Like, we don't be want to tell nobody that we going through everything. I don't even at this point in my life, like I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm broken, and I'm working on myself, and I'm working on my anxiety. I have anxiety, depression.
But I think that's the best way, you guys. I just did this on my platform the other day. We were talking about being broken. And I said, none of us growing up like to get our hair trimmed, because we like, girl, look at my hair. It's long.
Yeah, they cut all my hair off.
And then if you cut it off, girl, they cut my hair off. But y'all, look how much beautiful it grows when it's snipped.
Yep.
Something happens after you're being broken. Miss Jasmine, you have the best story to tell now because you've been broken.
Yeah.
What better person to take feedback from than the person who's lived it? But I cannot heal if I still see you bleeding. So if you get cut, let me see you put a Band-Aid on, and then show me that you're real, and don't shelf it and be like, girl, I'm good. 30 seconds, y'all. 1, 2, 1, 2, and go home. Toe up. Like
that's what Amy is saying right now too. She said that's a Band-Aid. It distracts us to make others happy. So that's what I'm saying. So Jasmine, you probably, even though that makes you happy, you still need to take time to yourself and get your thoughts and stuff out, your emotions and everything out. And then even though when you're doing your massages and everything for everybody else, then you could be better. And when they leave, you won't feel the same way that you're feeling, So
don't pour from an empty cup.
Therapists?
So look, I told Rashonda about the resources. I said one of my favorite platforms is called Therapy for Black Girls. And I've done some great work with these women, just really pushing out the fact that we're bleeding right now. And sometimes we want therapy, but we want like somebody that understands us as a culture, as a community. So Therapy for Black Girls is an awesome one. You can also go on Psychology Today, right? And Psychology Today, will allow you to kind of a la carte the type of clinician that you're looking for. You can also utilize the resource suicide hotline 988. And when you dial that in alongside with 311, these are multifaceted ways of doing it. Thank you, Rashonda. That's beautiful. Multifaceted ways of hotlines to call. And you can even call most of these anonymous. Y'all know where to find me. You can come in and train with me. You might be sore the next day.
I want to do that, Juanita, since you open. And every time I think about driving to Pomona, I get sick.
Oh, well, baby, I'm in Montclair now. So come on over to Montclair. But I also want to say, too, before we go, Rashonda, is do not sit here and be sick if you don't have to. Don't be sick if you don't have to. If you know that there are resources and people that you can connect with, don't sit at home just broken. Don't sit at home just broken. And then also to realize, if you start telling this story a lot, I'm going to challenge you, Miss Jasmine. I don't know how often you share this, but I don't
share.
That's good. I'm gonna challenge you now to go back and look at this and look at, what does it sound like when I share this trauma story? Does it sound like healing? Does it sound like brokenness? And was I even ready to talk about that? And then reward yourself. Rashonda, don't forget, after y'all rest, go reward yourself. Go reward yourself. Right. It's hard to reward us.
Like, what am I rewarding?
I know. What am I supposed
Walmart
to do?
Get you some chicken nuggets like I'm here. I mean, do something.
I'm too old for some chicken nuggets.
Girl, okay.
But we want to do something as
yes.
We want to do something as Black women to tell us, good job, girl, that you did something, and then keep yourself accountable, Miss Jasmine, to the people who are going to help you excel emotionally to the next level. Not somebody that's going to sit there and let you have a manic episode. But if you know that you're high strung emotionally, go and get you some services, Miss Jasmine, because you don't want to blow your business. What if you had a flashback mid massage?
Oh,
because
no.
somebody, you never know.
No,
I had a breakdown one time in my gym because something reminded me of something. And I had to find the next exit to walk out of because something reminded me it was a flashback. But I think this is a good start, bro. Don't forget, Miss Jasmine, check out Therapy for Black Girls.
Yeah.
And then anybody else in the comments have anything else to say? I wanted to, before we end, thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I know this probably was a lot for everybody, but I think mental health is something that we really need to talk about nowadays because a lot of people are going through it. And I wanted to thank my guest, Coach Nita. You know, I be good for saying government names.
Well, I already know.
Yeah, she's my cousin, so I'm used to saying it. So
I'm just like, yes, bro. Yes.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say Coach Nita. And JB, you know, I'm calling her Jasmine and everything.
So stupid. You get on my nerves. See how you got my anxiety at? No, I just play.
But I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And like I said before, make sure if you guys haven't liked the video for tonight to like it. And if you guys have anything that you want to talk about, let me know. You guys are always welcome to come on here and talk about your experience or anything that you want to talk about that's basically going on in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
And
say something before you cut off. Don't be a friend. Check on your friends. Check in on your friends. Call your friends. We always act we so busy but when we was 16, 17, girl couldn't nothing take us. We can live in from Ghost Town to the islands. We gonna walk there to make sure we get to our. We don't even know if you there. We ain't got no phone or nothing.
Now look at us. Oh my God, is that a gun? Is that violence? Oh my God.
So make sure that you guys check in on your friends. They may act as if they doing good because anybody that's with me, I am very happy. But
But if you get those one friends, Miss Jasmine, that don't want to be checked on, you heal and keep going. Don't go back and get the people who want to stay broken.
No. Everybody they act like they want to stay broken, but they're broken. They hurt. They need to be checked on. People do.
Yeah. Good job, bro.
And so, I'll talk to you guys. We'll see you guys next.
You did it!
Bitch, I'm from Pomona.
Bye, you guys.
Bitch, I'm from Pomona. Bitch, I'm from Pomona.